Hey everyone, Mark Newstater with eXp Realty. Happy, sunny, warm Thursday, March 11th. And we are here with another weekly real estate update for you. Jaden Bax, how are you?
Loving life, buddy. How you doing?
Sweet, sweet. Yeah, I was out and about today and just a beautiful day out there, a little warmer than yesterday, and weekend's looking amazing. So it is a great time to be out and buying homes and selling homes. And that's what we're going to talk about over the next few minutes here. So let's get right to it. I teased today is the bubble bursting? Is the bubble bursting? I'm a horrible person. Um, it's called the tease in the business. But in any case, I do want to tell you that as of this week, no, we are not seeing the bubble bursting just yet. So let's pull up our weekly stats and get that up for you. All right, so here we go. We have March 4th to 11th. We did have another huge jump in single family detached listings. So look at that 4 weeks ago, the 12th to 19th of February, we had 332 listings come on the market that week. This week, 546. So that's a huge jump. So you're saying, Mark, we got to be coming out of this bubble, right? Well, not quite yet. Total of 653 sold plus pendings, 444 solds, 209 pending. So now, in fairness, the pendings are not firm sales, right? So but based on generally a lot of them going through, we're still going to be well above the new listings. But the trend here that we're seeing, obviously, look at that from 332 to 350, no big deal. Then a huge jump last week to 492 new listings, and then another jump this week to 546. So, I think that's a bit of good news if you're a buyer because you get a little bit more selection. Maybe you don't have to make an offer on the spot or on that day. So expireds, we had only 10 expireds this week, and our total detached listings again took a jump of just under 150 up to 1,880, and our total listings between apartment, duplex, semi-detached, detached, and row townhouses also took a jump of just under 300 to 4,547. So again, we're still holding pat here with the seller's market. And again, it varies so much community to community. I'm going to leave these stats on for anyone that's watching this later as well. But I did a sample, a quick little stat package for a potential client in Mackenzie Town. And Mackenzie Town, so in the southeast zone, and we're going to do a little quiz here for you, Jaden. In the southeast zone, the February price increase year over year was 9%. What would you say it was in Mackenzie Town?
I'm going to say 14.
Oh, that's very good. Very good. 15%. And it might have actually been 14.9. So I think you get a gold star. But I mean, there's a great example. I've been talking about this forever. It's very community specific. So even though the southeast zone, Mahogany, Auburn Bay, all those areas were, generally 9% up, the city was 5% up. Mackenzie Town, 15%. So that's a pretty significant jump. If you were thinking about selling in 2020 and are now at the place where either you have to sell, want to sell for upgrading, downgrading, whatever the case may be, that's a great place to look at if you're looking to sell. So weekly stats are there and now they are gone. But, again, good week. I'm certainly very busy still. A lot of people are now, I think, catching on to what's going on in the market. So we're getting more people that are looking to sell. The question is, of course, how long will it last? And as a realtor, I don't mind a balanced market at all. I think if you ask most realtors, they would prefer that because it gives an equal opportunity for a seller and a buyer to make a fair sale and a fair purchase, right? Because I think right now, like you were talking about the other day, Jaden and I do chat on a very regular basis, and you're talking about these clients that are having to pay well over asking. There's realtors in Vancouver that are getting $200,000 and $300,000 over asking. I mean, let's be honest, that's great if you're a seller. It's not great if you're a buyer and have to buy something. So that's my rant for the day. That's my Rick Mercer walking down the alleyway rant for the day. So, Jaden, what's going on in your world? I know that interest rates have been kind of bumping up a little bit, but is that still the case? What's happening?
As you know, 5-year fix has kind of leveled out just below or just above 2%. Still we see three-year fix at 154, variable at prime -1, so 1.45%. So it's not the sky is not falling on interest rates. We still have very attractive products out there. And then the other thing I want to talk about today is a great point brought up by our fantastic plumber Kyle Seller last night in his presentation at BNI for us. And he was talking about, you should really be doing some background check into your contractor, the person working for you. And I think that especially in this market, that totally applies to our profession as well.
Yeah.
If you're working with a realtor right now and you feel like you are missing out on places to buy because your realtor's not on top of the ball or not returning your calls or just not working in a way that you're comfortable with, give Mark a call right now. You do not have to stick with that realtor. And the same thing with if your mortgage broker is taking a week to get back to you and your condition date is coming up and you don't know what the heck is going on, call me. Or if you're working with me and you don't like the work I'm doing, honestly, there are 1,000 great realtors in Calgary. There's 1,000 great mortgage brokers that will work for you. There's no point working with a bad one or somebody that you're not getting along with or somebody who you don't think is serving your best interest, right? So,
yeah.
I think Mark and I are both people of service. We're out there to help you. We want to make sure that the entire process is as positive as it can possibly be for you. So don't ever feel like you're locked into working with one person. And, I had a call from a couple this week that was having trouble getting in touch with their broker. And we chatted through it and they ended up closing the mortgage with their broker. I'm never going to try and steal any work from any other broker because everybody's got a job to do. But I will give you advice that I think is best for you and help you move the process forward, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think that's really important to remember, just because Aunt Gertrude says that that Mr. X is the best realtor she ever worked with, doesn't mean that it's a fit for you. So definitely keep a mind open. Plenty of good people to work with out there in the market.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you put that very well. And of course, we have to be careful. We never want to disparage any other professionals in our industry. But the reality is, I'm not going to click with everyone. I click with most people. And then I refer those people out if they're a better fit for another realtor I know. And that could be something as simple or as basic as a language barrier, right?
Yep.
So I have all these friends in the industry, as do you, Jaden, and we simply refer those out. And in fact, a great example of that is, I do lead generation on Facebook and had a client who literally, I think Spanish would be her first language and basically only language. And I have a great partner at eXp Realty that I referred her out to because he's bilingual and fluent in Spanish. So it makes no sense for me to try and serve that person because it's just going to be challenging for her, challenging for me. So my best interests are always my client's best interest. And so that particular client was referred out. One other thing I wanted to touch on here before we end off today is with people paying over asking, and typically appraisals are based on recent sales. And depending on the community, you may not have a lot of recent sales. Like I'm talking in the last 30 days to support you paying over asking. Have you been running into any issues where appraisals are coming back short, Jaden?
Definitely, and they're not just for appraisals paid for by the borrower, which would happen when you're putting more than 20% down. They're also coming up short from the insurers, right? And so there's different ways to deal with that. I just had one where it came up $8,000 short. The seller was willing to lower their asking price by $6,500, and the buyer came up with the extra $1,500 out of pocket. That's not the end of the world. But I've had other cases where there's, a $20,000 plus discrepancy, and that can kill a deal. And so you have to be prepared for that. If you go in over ask, which you might have to do to get that house, there's other factors to consider afterwards, and that could impact your financing. So make sure that you're in a good financial position to be able to make up the shortfall, because that's a possibility.
Yeah, see, and that's exactly what I was getting at. I was curious about that, and I'm not surprised that that's happening because it shifted so quickly, right? We didn't have the trending of these higher prices to support some of the appraisals that are going out. So, good information as always. So, bottom line is we're just kind of holding fast to our sellers market at this point, but way more new listings on the market, but the sales and pendings really kept up with that this week. Next week, we'll just have to find out if at one point in time that flips, which based on the past, it always does. So, Jaden, enjoy that Flames game tonight. Enjoy the farmer from Viking as he hopefully turns our team around.
Yeah, let's see if we can get some better hockey tonight, eh?
That'll be fun. You have a great week. Hey, everyone, thanks for tuning in, whether you're watching this live or later on, and we will see you all in a week.
Thanks, guys.